Well, I've certainly created a problem for myself. I mean, I'd be completely fine if it wasn't mentally impossible to concentrate. The good news is, I think I figured out a way to deal with our little feline problem, if you know what I'm saying.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Wait. Maybe there is another way to deal with this. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Put them together, and what have you got? Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
Unfortunately, we do have to deal with our little cat problem. Because as much as I want a cat horde to exist, I also want my sanity to as well. For now, let's just solve this by creating a crazy cat lady home. Jarrah creates crazy cat lady house. Hey everyone, Future Jarrah here. I just want to let everyone know that past Jarrah is an idiot. If he just simply enabled these three boxes here that basically snap the object to the closest degree, it had made it a lot easier for him to build these assets. Also, just a heads up to past Jarrah, we ended up getting a really big pimple in our nose, and we also lost our signature hat as well. I don't know where it is. Anyway, so you're coming through this door, and you'll get teleported into this little room. This is the little crazy cat lady place that I made. It's got a bunch of fire hazards, boxes everywhere, the fireplace, a bunch of photos of my friends. Yeah, no, they love these.
No.
I like the idea of this being where you bring the cats, I guess, or if you find cats out in the wild, you bring them to this lady, and this lady will just give you cats for coins, you know? Maybe a cats for coins referral program. So the cool thing about this is that we've actually added a texture on this side, so you can see that it's a one-way texture, so you can view it from this side, but not on the other side, and it also blocks the player off from coming from this side, and it's kind of just wacky and wavy because it kind of just extends the room. Oh, power cords! So, contrary to popular belief, I'm actually not an expert at game development. Basically, everything I learn is learned from YouTube tutorials because that's free and I've got no money. The problem with following tutorials is you're really not doing the stuff yourself. You're kind of just following a step-by-step process on how to do something, which is great if it's something that you specifically want. If you change it in any other way, it's kind of just screwed. For instance, I followed this tutorial on how to get this 2D movement, and it follows flipbook characters, getting a 2D character into a 3D world. It's a great tutorial by Cobra Code, I definitely suggest it. But the way they showed this tutorial is mainly just for moving on the 2D plane. So imagine my surprise when I try to Google 3D movement with a 2D character and it doesn't come up with any prompts. I'm screwed. I have to figure this stuff out for myself. Oh, never mind. You just enabled this checkbox. But you run into a problem because you're following a tutorial on 2D and 2D access, so that when you trigger the animations to play, when you're moving on a certain axis, oh no, you've got run into this little thing where it just clips over itself and then it toggles and it looks like he's doing the stanky leg. But then you're probably like, oh wow, I don't understand what the hell's going on here. I only picked this program up like 2 months ago. So obviously this should just be because of the movement input axis. They've got the new enhanced movement input, and that's obviously what broke my code. Remember that first video I made? I did this thing, I thought it was the crouch thing, but in actuality, no, it's because of the way that I've input this enhanced input. Words are hard. Anyway, so to solve this, so you open up your character's animation blueprint. From here, you go over to the animation graph. All right, go into your locomotion state machine. Go into the other one that you created for some reason. I made another one for some reason. This bug, or I don't know what the glitch is. This is caused by the transition from run back to idle. When we click on the run to idle, it's basically plugged in like this. This is because that's the only way I could get it to work. It's the X and Y axis that we need to be plugged in, so then we can play animation. If you have a 2D game, this is what yours would look like, and but me being a stupid idiot, I just plugged the Y value into here, not realizing that X is equal to Y, which is plugging into here as well, which is, how can that be? Anyway, if you want to solve this, we're just going to break this link, and we're going to grab another equal as, yeah, that's fine, but we can't have them both plug in here because that replaces the existing input. How do we deal with this? Oh, we just go into here, drag it out, get an AND boolean, and chuck that in there, plug the red one into the red one, and the red wire goes into the enter transition wire. It's done, and that should work, except crouch. He does the stanky because we have a separate animation for that one as well. So back into the animation blueprint, and then we go to the crouch walking, and then the crouch returning to over here. And oh no, I did the exact same thing. Break this, let equal as and boolean. Plug in this one in here, and that's my OCD is going crazy. You in there, and you in in there. All right, OCD has... Anyway, whoa, look, he doesn't do the stanky leg anymore. That's kind of disappointing. It makes sense. It's working again. I'm a brilliant genius, and I've overcome so many coding obstacles. So I was definitely contemplating between changing the grass texture. I mean, it is my old faithful, but I feel like I need to change it. Although, when I did accidentally change it, I accidentally changed it with the grass shader, and then it turned into... Alright, stop. Okay, alright. I swear that's the last time I used that joke. It was probably only funny the first time. Really? Really? Again?
But the thing about the test, the job is bibbidi.
We've changed up the blacksmith a little bit, so I did like the overly gigantic size. I like the idea of the blacksmith making weird weapons as well. Like, how is he going to make the sword from Halo? Or I guess, I don't know if I can... do I get copywritten from using assets from other games? I created this giant door over here, and it basically leads into this, I want to say, town hall-esque place. As of right now, it kind of just looks like there's like a room that you can get to that, oh, you can totally get out. Oh my god. Oh man, I really need playtesters. Distraction with lighting. Let's go through some changes to the town. I added this statue. I don't know what it's going to be, but it'd be cool if you got hints or something from the little TV monitor screen. I swapped out the old model for this model over here, and it's just a little sweeping animation that I got for free from itch.io. Changes to the blacksmith. Okay, we now have this guy as the blacksmith. The same as the other room rotation-wise, and it's also smaller as well, which I kind of like the idea of a lot more as well. I got this window that's pointing out here, and that's just pointing out a little light that's coming through here, and it's silhouetting this little light. You can also kind of see the little particle effects that I've added in here as well. Added some weaponry and other things like that he's crafted. I think it's funny that he's added in, like, I don't know, how the hell did he make a gun? Giant wrench? Anyway. So same as the Crazy Cat Lady's house, I've also ended this off with a one-sided texture that allows you to kind of see through it without passing through. Changes to the Crazy Cat Lady, I've added a lot more stuff. There's, I'm kind of thinking this is how it's going to end up being at the end of the game, so, I mean, don't get used to all this trash. But this is kind of a thought of how it could possibly be with a lot of cats in here. Some glow-in-the-dark stickers in here as well. I've updated the Crazy Cat Lady's model to just be a witch, and I think it looks nice. Moving over to the town hall, / I don't know what to call this building. We've added in this little ramp up in here, and they've got this fireplace that's a nice little light. I just still want to make the fire dance, essentially, doing something like this, but I'll get to that eventually when I'm doing some animation stuff. We've added a barkeep, a random stranger, even more random stranger up the stairs, slowly fleshing out the characters that we can have in here. I haven't worked on any dialogue stuff or story, but I mean, I like the idea of building the stuff and then coming up with the story because I am just not creative when it comes to making up stories. I also added this old man that's a grandmaster chess player, and I also do want to add a chess mini game as well, so you can play chess in this game. Other than that, I've fixed up the mountains. Obviously, you can see that the mountains are completely different now. They got massive flowers over the top of them as well, so you can see they look a lot nicer. So one of the cool things about the mountain range is it's actually a texture painted on there. I didn't have to actually do any texture painting, which is awesome. So essentially the way it's done is with a material effect. So if you double click on the material effect, essentially it's got the moss on the top / grass and the rock face on the sides, which allows this to be infinitely scalable, which is awesome. So essentially what I could do is I could make this super large and super small, and it doesn't really care about that. I could also rotate it as well, and the grass / moss will always stay on the top, which is an amazing effect, and it saves you 1,000 years of texture painting. I also added in this beach area as well. It's pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. It's kind of just filling in the void because I can't think of anything to put over here. But I feel like a nice little beach area on this side and then maybe a shipwreck or a dock or something would be pretty cool. Well, I don't know. I'll get to that when I get to that. I've got this swamp area that I've added in as well. Pretty cool. There's a weird texture that goes at the bottom, but I'll figure that out when I get to that. And there's also a little fairy over here as well. Maybe we can go inside this little mushroom house and it turns into a magic house because it's magic. The fairies are magic. Jeez, get with the program. I also added in this little walkway up here as well. I don't know what I was going to use it for, but I kind of just decided that to be anticlimactic, I'll just put a giant up here as well. And this giant's got a massive sword, and maybe if you want to talk to him, you need a step ladder or something. I don't know. I'm kind of just spitballing here, but there's something there to be had. And of course, I added a rainbow to the waterfall. Again, there's maybe something back there. I don't know. You'll have to find out. Anyway, that's all I've done so far. I mean, who knew learning a new product could take so long? I just want to thank everybody for the support that was shown from the last video. Laughs were had, love was shown, ideas were stolen. And I just want to thank everybody for the amazing ideas that you had. I probably won't use them all, but if I do end up using your idea, I'll be sure to credit you in the video. You know, we're really making a game together. A game that only really profits one of us.
Alright, play him out, Zod.
Ajax is my favorite streamer. Everything he makes me happy. Yeah, Ajax Beezer 7. Yeah.
Thank you everyone for supporting me. I love you so much.